watching. I am Faisa Arsyadani from Junior High School to Purwokerto. Today, I would like to tell you a story about Cinderella. Once upon a time, there lived an unhappy young girl. Her mother was dead and her father had married a widow with two daughters. Her stepmother didn't like her one little bit. All her kind thoughts and loving touches were for her own daughters. Nothing was too good for them. Dresses, shoes, delicious food, soft bed, and every home comfort. But for the poor unhappy girl, there was nothing at all. No dresses, only her stepsister's hand-me-down. No lovely dishes, nothing but scraps. No rest and comfort. She had to work hard all day. Only when evening comes, she allowed to sit for a while by the fire, near the cinders. That's why everybody called her Cinderella. Cinderella used to spend long hours out alone talking to the cat. The cat said, "Meow," which really means, "Cheer up, you have something neither of your stepsister has, and that is beauty." It was quite true. Cinderella, even dressed in old rags, was a lovely girl, while her stepsisters, no matter how splendid and elegant their clothes, were still clumsy, lumpy, and ugly, and always would be. One day, beautiful new dresses arrived at the house. A ball was to be held at the palace, and the stepsisters were getting ready to go. Cinderella didn't even dare ask if she could go too. She knew very well what the answer would be. You are staying at home to wash the dishes, scrub the floors, and turn down the bed for your stepsisters. They will come home tired and very sleepy, Cinderella said. "Oh dear, I'm so happy." And the cat murmured, "Meow." Suddenly, something amazing happened. As Cinderella was sitting alone, there was a burst of light and a fairy appeared. "Don't be alarmed, Cinderella," said the fairy. "I know you would love to go to the ball, and so you shall." "How can I, dressed in rags?" Cinderella replied. "The servants will tell me why." The fairy smiled. With the flick of her magic wand, Cinderella found herself wearing the most beautiful dress she had ever seen. "Now for your catch," said the fairy. "A real lady would never go to a ball on foot. Quick, get me a pumpkin." "Oh, of course," said Cinderella, rushing away. Then the fairy turned to the cat. "You bring me 7 mice, and remember, they must be alive." Cinderella soon returned with the pumpkin, and the cat with 7 mice he had caught in the cellar. With the flick of her magic wand, the pumpkin turned into a sparkling coach, and the mice became 6 white horses, while the 7 mice turned into a coachman in a smart uniform and carrying a whip. Cinderella could hardly believe her eyes. "You shall go to the ball, Cinderella, but remember, you must leave at midnight. That is when my spell ends. Your coach will turn back into a pumpkin, and the horses will become mice again. You will be dressed in rags and wearing clothes instead of these glass slippers. Do you understand?" Cinderella smiled and said, "Yes, I understand." Cinderella had a wonderful time at the ball until she heard the first stroke of midnight. She remembered what the fairy had said, and without a word of goodbye, she slipped from the prince's arms and ran down the steps. As she ran, she lost one of her slippers, but not for a moment did she dream of stopping to pick it up. If the last stroke of midnight were to sound, dun, dun, out she fled and vanished into the night. The prince, who was now madly in love with her, picked up the slippers and said to his ministers, "Go and search everywhere for the girl whose foot this slipper fit. I will never be content until I find her." So the minister tried the slipper on the foot of every girl in the land, until only Cinderella was left. "That's awful and practical simply cannot happen at the ball," snapped the stepmother. "Tell the prince he ought to marry one man of two daughters. Can you see how ugly Cinderella is?" But to everyone's amazement, the suit fitted perfectly. Suddenly, the fairy appeared and waved her magic wand. In a flash, Cinderella appeared in a splendid dress, shining with youth and beauty. Her stepmother and stepsister gazed at her in amazement, and the minister said, "Come with us, Cinderella. The prince is waiting for you." So Cinderella married the prince and lived happily ever. So everyone, that is the end of my story. We can learn many things from this story. First is always be kind, no matter what. Have courage and be kind. For where there is kindness, there is goodness, and where there is goodness, there is magic. The next thing is never stop dreaming. A dream is a wish your heart makes. So if you can dream it, you can do it. That's all from me, and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.